if you ask me the question of people saying, oh, relationships take work, marriages take work, it takes two to make a thing go round. You know, for me, the only work I want to do is work that is adding value to your relationship in a way that things are working, you're just adding a little bit of effort, you know? Yes, you guys have a beautiful life, you guys have conversations, you have clear communication, you care for each other. It's not like there are issues, you're just making sure that you don't get too comfortable. Do you know what I mean? Because you can get so guy living with someone, you know them, they know you, you know what they will eat, you can probably complete their sentence. You know, half the time you're thinking, you're having a whole conversation in your head about, if I say this, then he'll say this, and then if I say this, and then they'll say, like, you can complete like a whole conversation in your own mind. But how do you make sure that you guys are still in check, in contact with each other? How can you make sure that your relationship does not get stale, for lack of better words? So one thing which is very, very important in the line of communication is just don't do things without letting the other person know. I think I was trying to implement that thing of tell your partner the things that you've done for their convenience on a particular day, so that, because sometimes you can do things for someone and keep doing things and they don't see them simply because they don't know that you are doing that particularly for them. So like, what compromises have I made for you today? And you find that it can be very rewarding to know that, oh wow, okay, you did that for me specifically, like you didn't want to do that. Those are very, very important. And along that line is making sure that you're planning together. For example, you can assume a lot of things that, okay, I want to take you out to dinner, I want to go on a trip with you, I want to go and visit your parents this week, but I'm not telling you that I'm planning this. So you find that they're maybe also planning other things, and on that particular day when you've decided to do this grand thing, they're just not available, and it's not their fault. So why not plan these things with them? You're planning on buying a shamba in Kamulu, you know, Bruoti Maguta Maguta, but then they don't want to retire in Kamulu, they want to retire in Riru. So you end up doing a really good thing for this person, but without their knowledge, and it ends up becoming futile simply because now you're like, why are you forcing me to do this? You know, have conversations about things that you're planning, not just to do together, but make these plans with your partner. Financial plans, if you can, you know, plans on having children, if you can. You're getting pregnant, this person isn't ready to have children, and now here you are, unless it's sometimes babies are miracles, but if you can plan these things out, if you can have conversations around these things, it's important. Or the other thing where guys try and trap you with a baby. You know, you've just gotten back on the grind, you know, your career is taking off, and this person is planning on impregnating you without you knowing. Hey, quite serious. Let's plan things together.
Also, let us leave the past in the past.
Girl.
And it's a bit difficult. Sababu, especially ladies, you forgive but you do not forget. You always have that imprint of, this person might show me shege again. So you're always waiting for the other shoe to drop. When you guys have worked through whatever you've worked through, you've forgiven each other. In fact, this man even forgot that he had wronged you at some point. It's news to him. Ato ukimkumbusha, it's like you're telling him a new story. It's like, wow, what do you mean? So just let the past stay in the past, because holding on to all of these grudges and all of this, what if this happens again? What if, and I'm not telling you to go into a relationship blindly. I'm telling you to learn from your mistakes, but move on. As in, you can be wiser when you've moved on. You can allow yourself to be happier in a new version of yourself. As in, leave the past in the past. Sio kila moment unamkumbusha, unakumbuka venye mama yako alinitusi na huku nitetea. I'm like, but I said sorry. I said I did not come through for you the way I should have, and I regret it, and it'll never happen again. Now every time your mother-in-law is in the vicinity, uko on guard, unasema, nangoja aseme hivi kitu, ukose kunitetea. You know, like, you cannot move like this, babes. Yeah, leave the past in the past.
Another one is the twatwa. Because as grown adults, we have children, you know, we have work, you know, we have schedules, we have luteal phases, and ovulation phases. There's so much going on in our lives that if you don't actually find a window to have some form of intimacy with your partner in the form of sexual intercourse, mutasahawiana. Mwezi tu imeenda tu hivyo, unajua tu hivyo tu, and there's nothing you can, no one, you were up, them they were sleeping, them, you know, today you're tired, them they're not, then alternate, as in it's so easy to go a long time without actually engaging in any form of intimacy, let alone sex. So it's important for you to try and find a window in the day where you can do it. And if you can't, because hapo wanatuambia afternoon sex because the children are in school and whatever, you're just assuming people are at home. Ye ako job, we uko job, mtapatana wapi afternoon? Wow, get serious. Joy room.
What's your lunch
Good
break
point.
looking like?
Yeah, good point. Good point. Try and find gaps in there. Try and find, you know, some interesting where
Schedule it.
Scheduling is the next best option, because it may sound routine, but it's so important to actually find your sync. Unajua?
When you know Thursday is the day it goes down,
Hey.
you shower extra, you
Hey.
put on. It's exciting. What do you mean it's boring?
It's very, and I remember having this conversation with you a few years ago, and you're like,
And I was
what
like,
do you mean
mm-mm.
scheduling sex?
I
look
now
at
know.
you.
I now know.
Look at you. Life happens, and it happens so quick. So find gaps, schedule sex. You know, it sounds tedious, but the more you grow, the more you mature, the busier
Google
life
calendar
gets.
it. Send an invite.
Put it there. Andika tu hapo XXX. Spice
Invite
baby.
for twatwa.
You know?
Thursday 9
Mpaka unaweka ma emojis za reminders. We, unaona tu Siri anakuambia, you have a reminder for 10 p.m. sex with husband. Usikia tu wee. Very nice. Unakuwa very excited. My point is, find gaps, schedule it if you have to, because woo, life.
And also, this is very controversial, but do not watch a shared show alone.
Wow.
This should even be grounds for divorce.
Absolutely.
Because there's no way we have started watching Chicago Fire. I'm saying this directly to somebody. There's no way we've started watching Chicago Fire together. We are hooked. We are one. We are united. Hive mind. We are watching it together. And then we say, let's go to sleep. Me, I go and sleep. The next day, you come. I was already asleep when you came home. You continue to watch my Chicago Fire.
How
you
dare
said, let me
you.
watch one episode before I sleep.
How
What do you mean?
dare you?
We are out of sync now. I don't even know if you love me, because what the hell was that? What is that? Do not watch shared shows together. If you have to, ask. I say ask for permission, like, hey, umechelewa kidogo. Can I continue? Because there's nothing else that's sparking joy. Can I
Imagine.
continue with this show? And then when you come back, I will be crocheting while you catch up to me. Like,
That's
please.
the only way. If you watch, we repeat, and you
Yes.
can't be a spoiler.
And you can't be
You
grumpy.
cannot spoil.
You have to have a sunny disposition. You have
Yes.
to smile, actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And another one is try and find ways. Turi joked about it saying joyerumu. But sometimes you just gotta do what you
Get
gotta
away
do.
from it.
Get away from it all. You have hung out on the same couch for like 3 months consecutive. One whole year, tokeni kwa couch. Mwende muone watu wanakaanga aje Kajiado. Kwanza nimeona they have very nice, you know, Airbnb, spa, hotels type things in Kajiado. Kwanza kuna ingine nimeona iko Kangundo Road. Very nice. It has a slidey water park. Very nice. Na walipishi pesa mingi, very cheap. Machukua ka road trip kutoka Nairobi mpaka Kangundo, kwa nini ipe? You know, wako very, okay, that hotel looks nice. Anyway, find a way to just be outside. You just be outside.
With your boo.
Just be with you and your person. Wacheni watoto sometimes wachukuliwe na watu wengine. No, hire nannies, blackmail relatives for for babysitting. Find ways, but find time to get away, be somewhere, touch grass. Even if it's 1 hour, 2 hours, one night, be away. And it doesn't have to be like an expensive shindig. Airbnbs are really affordable nowadays. Get a cute one where they have a nice pool. mwende muachiane huko candles, you know. You know,
Fanya kitu romantic
bring the
na
sparks
mtu wako.
back.
Mwende huko mgossip kwa mabushes.
Kai, kwanza
do some.
kudakua, you know.
You know what? We're going down memory lane. Have a lovely weekend. My name is Turi.
And my name is Kathomi. Kathomi, we'll see you